Virgo, transformation often begins in places we cannot immediately see. This week invites you to look beneath the surface of your life. The sun moves through Aries and illuminates the part of your chart connected with deep emotional currents. The shared experiences, commitments, and transformations that shape the inner landscape of your soul. When the sun meets Neptune early in the week, you may sense that something within you is shifting. Perhaps an emotional truth rises into awareness. Perhaps you recognize a pattern that has been quietly influencing your relationships or your decisions. Neptune's presence dissolves illusions, allowing deeper understanding to emerge. This is a moment of spiritual clarity. You may feel drawn toward introspection, reflection, or even conversations that reveal hidden feelings. What you discover now may not always be comfortable, but it will be illuminating. And illumination is the first step toward healing. Later in the week, the sun meets Saturn, bringing structure and responsibility to the emotional insights that have surfaced. You may realize that certain commitments in your life require a deeper level of honesty. Saturn does not ask you to carry burdens alone. Instead, it asks you to establish boundaries that protect your energy and honor your truth. You may need to clarify expectations within a partnership, or make decisions about shared resources or responsibilities. Though these conversations may feel serious, they ultimately bring stability and clarity. At the same time, Venus approaches Chiron, creating a powerful moment of emotional healing, particularly connected with trust and vulnerability. Perhaps there was a time when opening your heart felt risky. Perhaps you learned to guard certain parts of yourself after experiencing disappointment or misunderstanding. This week invites you to approach those memories with compassion rather than judgment. Healing does not erase the past. It transforms the way the past shapes your present. Meanwhile, the moon moves through several emotional landscapes during the week. When it travels through Gemini and Cancer, you may feel especially sensitive to the needs and feelings of others. You may find yourself offering guidance or support, something Virgo does naturally with grace and wisdom. But when the moon enters Virgo at the end of the week, the focus shifts back to you. Your awareness sharpens. Your instincts for organization and clarity return. Suddenly, the emotional insights of the earlier days begin to translate into practical changes. You may adjust a routine, clarify a plan, or simply recognize that a new chapter of personal growth has quietly begun. Virgo, transformation is rarely loud. It often unfolds gently, in moments of reflection and realization. This week offers you such moments, opportunities to understand yourself more deeply, to heal old emotional patterns, and to build stronger foundations for the future. Trust the wisdom that is emerging within you, because sometimes the most profound changes do not arrive through dramatic events, but through quiet awareness. Virgo, your tarot card is the Hermit. The Hermit is the archetype of inner wisdom. This card encourages reflection and thoughtful observation, rather than immediate action. You may feel drawn to step back from noise or distraction in order to gain deeper clarity about something important in your life. The Hermit reminds you that answers often appear when we allow ourselves quiet space to listen. This is not isolation, it is intentional reflection. Trust the insights that arise during moments of solitude. The wisdom you discover now may guide your next significant decision.
Virgo, your hexagram is hexagram 4, mountain over water, youthful folly. This symbol encourages curiosity and learning. It reminds us that wisdom often begins with questions rather than answers. You may encounter a situation where you are invited to explore something unfamiliar. Instead of feeling uncertain, approach it with the openness of a student. Youthful folly is not foolishness. It is the courage to admit that learning is part of growth. The insight you gain now may become valuable knowledge later.
Virgo, your rune this week is Jera. Jera represents the cycle of seasons and the reward that comes from patience and steady effort. It is the rune of harvest, the moment when the work you have invested begins producing results. You may begin to see the early signs of progress connected with something you have been cultivating for some time. Jera reminds you that meaningful achievements often unfold gradually. Continue tending your responsibilities with care. The seeds you planted earlier are beginning to bear fruit.
The energy of this week may be opening a new chapter in ways you are only beginning to see. Trust the inspiration that appears now, and remember that even small steps can lead to extraordinary destinations. Before you go, tell us in the comments. What dream or possibility feels closer to you right now? If this message resonated, please like the video, subscribe to Lumen Lores, and tap the bell so you stay connected with your weekly horoscope. May the light of the stars continue guiding your journey.